New generation. I truly believe that back then everybody was just free and being able to be themselves. Now everything is, social media. The new generation, they, have certain areas that they want to, kind of say, hey, why are you doing this over there? Why they want to judge everybody, and it's just not fair how they want to judge everything that's happening in the world. Even if it's something like, somebody passing out, like when Wendy passed out, people were being so cruel, and I'm like, Wendy is human. She, why are y'all being so evil and all these comments on the Shade Room? Right. So it's just
probably because it's Wendy.
Yeah, because it's Wendy.
Not just that. Even it's just being Wendy. I mean, Wendy is still a human being who, has a family, has a heart, and Wendy has a character to play also too on her show. Like she has a job to do.
It's over. People talk about people's kids.
All kind
it's ridiculous.
Of stuff. It's real ridiculous.
And even if you look at the whole situation with Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, Zaya, people are talking about their child who said to her father, I'm referred to as a she. I want to be, I'm identifying as a girl. And they call their daughter a she. And people are like, that is not a she. That's a boy.
Listen, when your parents approve, you don't need nobody else's approval.
Right.
Because when I got approval from my mom at 12, I didn't care what the world said. That was my backbone. She was the one with my strength. She protected me from everything and anybody, and that's what it was.
And that's a great response, too, because your mom said, I've been knew that.
Oh, yeah, she did. She been knew. She was like, if you don't know your child, you ain't watching your child. Like, my mom been knew from small. My family used to have meetings, and, they knew I was gay way back then.
Mm-hmm. How did that free you? Because I'm sure, did you have struggles before that?
Oh, most definitely. I was still trying to find myself as a young kid. Even after I told my mom, I still had to develop into finding my lane and where I wanted to be and be comfortable with myself. My mom always say, you're not, you got to be the queen that you want to be. You're not meant to be a drag queen or have boobs and all of that. You got to be your own type of queen, and you got to get out there and show them who you are.
Now, how difficult was that coming out in New Orleans and being an artist? Were people at first taking a liking to it, or at first were they mad standoffish?
So when Katie Red first came out, they were not happy. She was the first, and they were, they had a lot of girls really supported us. That's what carried us throughout all of these years. A lot of the girls really supported us, and where the girls go, the boys follow.
Right.
So that's
can't deny the music.
Huh?
I said you can't deny the music.
You can't deny the music. And Katie started having problems. We had to fight sometimes when we went to different cities, and because it was something new that people just was not used to.
Right. I feel like you fuck somebody up, Freedia. I can tell.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm born and raised in New Orleans, Josephine Street, and a lot of times we have to fight to stand up for who we are and what we believe in. And my boy cousins would get out there and say, you better get out there and fight that nigga. And my mom would say, you better go out there or I'm going to whoop your ass when you come in here.
Yeah.
I had to do what I had to do.
You remember the first time you had to fight for your respect?
Oh, yeah. I was probably about 13. All the boys around the neighborhood would always call me sissy and all that. And, one of them, he was just like, I'm like the knock the chip off the shoulder type. And it was back to that era then. He knocked it off my shoulder and I just punched him.
All right.
Now, when's the last time you had to punch somebody?
Oh my God.
You got people to do that for you.
Okay, so it wasn't recent.
Yeah, high school. I don't be into confrontations. No,
I welcome you guys back
now,
on
when
here.
did you realize
if you consider
that
subscribing,
you were
liking, and
taking
also
off as an
share
artist?
this video.
Because
So
I'm sure,
right about
obviously,
now,
like,
the very
bounce music
devastating
at
news
first
is that the longtime partner for Big Freedia has passed away. That is Devon Hurst. Now, the lady that is Big Freedia has come out to release a statement, paying tribute and of course honoring and mourning the loss of the partner that is Devon Hurst, who passed on due to complications from diabetes. She said in a very touching statement that I'm really very much devastated to have to announce that today my partner of 20 years, Devon Hurst, passed away peacefully due to complications from diabetes, surrounded by his loving family. He's survived by his mother Chareen Hurst, his sisters Meshonda Stephany and Jayla, and his brothers Stephon and Malcolm, his daughter Zyrielle, and his son Davone. and of course his nieces and nephews and his partner, that is Freddie Ross Jr. He will be deeply missed by everyone in this community who knew him and loved him. We take comfort in knowing he is free from any pain and suffering and is at peace in the loving arms of Jesus Christ. The Hurst and the Ross family ask at this time for everyone prayer for our family, and please respect our privacy. And of course, a funeral, public service, and the celebration of life service will be announced once the arrangements are completed. So that was the statement Big Freedia released via her official social media pages. And of course, so many fans actually came into the comment section to mourn together, to honor and of course pay tribute to the partner, that is Devon Hurst. We are sending also our deepest condolences, man, because it's really very devastating. This came as a shock to almost everyone, and it's really very tough to take in. Rest in power, King.